The time-honoured traditional process of making whisky involves extracting sugars from barley and then fermenting these and distilling off the alcohol. This leaves behind the unused barley at the front end of the process, known as draff. And also, when you distill the ethanol from the beer that's made to produce the alcohol, you're left with this liquid in the copper stills called pot ale. These are of very, very low value to the industry and create a problem in disposal on a routine basis. So what I set out to do was to see, could we combine the barley residues with the liquid effluent from the still and create a new raw material from which we could extract butanol using the ABE process. Every year, billions of litres of pot ale are produced and hundreds of thousands of tonnes of draff are generated. We can take this and treat it not as a residue problem, but as a raw material that we see an opportunity in exploiting and creating high-value, high-impact, sustainable products that the country needs.
By initially focusing on the residues of the Scotch whisky industry, we can hope to realise an industry of over £100 million in value per annum. But this platform technology has application to a wide range of other distilled spirits, the beer industry and agricultural residues worldwide, meaning the true potential is worth many billions of pounds.
The original research was funded by Scottish Enterprise through their Proof of Concept programme, which allowed my team at Edinburgh Napier University to develop the process and prove that this could potentially be used to make an industry. And we ran with that idea, and from this was born Celtic Renewables.
It's Celtic Renewables with the know-how and the determination that is going to see events such as this potentially transform the way we think about transport in Scotland and who knows the world. This is truly an example of innovation in action on a universal scale.
We've built out a team that's involved an excellent technical team.
A single investor in Donald Houston, who gave us backing and support financially and in mentoring us.
Expert technicians and engineers.
And getting in a chairman who was a pioneer of the biofuel industry, and Doug Ward, founder of Argent Energy.
It's critical to have a rounded team to attract the support and the investment you need for a company like this.
And a key partnership for us was working directly with a distillery, and Tullibardine Distillery have been incredibly important in allowing us to bring this technology forward.
In working with Tullibardine, we've really understood the problem that the whisky industry faces in terms of disposing of its large volumes of problematic production residues. Celtic Renewables can take those problematic residues and convert them into high-value, need commodities for Scotland, the UK and the world.
A step change development for the company was receiving a £1 million project funded by the Department of Energy and Climate Change. And so we looked to see where we could find the best state-of-the-art facilities in Europe where we could develop our technology right up to pilot scale. In signing an agreement with Biobase Europe pilot plant in Ghent, we had access to a dedicated team, state-of-the-art equipment, and the facilities that would allow us to scale what was a simple lab idea into something that could now become a commercial reality. Using the raw materials provided by Tullibardine Distillery, we were able to actually reveal to the world the very first ever sample of biobutanol derived from whisky residues. To hold that bottle of biobutanol in my hands for the very first time, not quite like having your own child, but it wasn't a million miles away from it.
Now that we'd scaled up the technology, the final piece of the jigsaw was to take this bottle of biobutanol, put it in a car, and show the world what it could do.
And so one misty morning in Edinburgh, we took an ordinary hire car, drained it of its fuel, mixed our biobutanol with petrol from a local filling station, and poured that advanced biofuel blend into the car. Put the key into the ignition, started the engine, and for the first time in history, a car was powered with an advanced biofuel produced from the residues of the whisky industry. And to global media acclaim, Celtic Renewables took its place in history. I'm not sure I could have done this anywhere else in the world other than in Scotland. We've had tremendous support from the Scottish Government, from its business agency, Scottish Enterprise, various funding agencies like Zero Waste Scotland. And it ties into everything that the government has tried to do strategically in terms of climate change, carbon reduction, renewable energy targets, and zero waste management. We fit into all of those sectors. And this country has allowed us to bring our technology to a reality because it embraces and encompasses all the things that we're trying to do.
Our next pivotal phase is to build a commercial demonstrator plant here in Scotland. By establishing our demonstrator plant in Grangemouth, we harness real synergies in a partnership with the chemical sector.
And in developing this new technology at industrial scale, we can bring economic, environmental and social sustainability not just to the UK, but to the world.